Now these are some big guys to mess with.
And they hit hard too, but don't worry, we can take them out together.
Let's break it down.
First up, the Brood Demon. He will float above you just out of melee range for most of the fight. From up there, he will do 3 attacks, dropping brood eggs that will hatch into little broodlings that will squirm back and forth, making a trail of fire. Luckily, they may run off the edge of the island. He will also drop fleshy bombs that deal massive explosion damage, and he will dash diagonally through you. The eggs and bombs can be destroyed or picked up and thrown away or back at him, but they are best avoided unless you have explosion mastery on your gloves. Melee will be hard because most of the fight will be simply avoiding damage. It's best to wait for his dash attack, then dodge him and hit him on his way back. This will be a very slow way of fighting him. If you can get on top of him, you can bounce on his head and shoulders to stay safe. This is only helpful for killing him if you have downward attacks or jumping on enemies deals damage on your boots. Range will be difficult if you can't aim above you, but you do have one opening when he swoops down at you. If you want to use magic, you'll need to be able to target him with it, or use Frost Nova to ground him so that you can get more hits in.
Second, we have the Shadow Knight, a large knight clad in black armor with some ruthless fighting styles. He prompts 4 main attacks. Most of them are very clear to see coming. He has a large bow, which he can aim at pretty much any angle. You want to dodge this like you dodge the shots of the Spriggans in the forest. He also has a massive black sword with a slash and a stab attack. Hug him to dodge the slash attack and jump over the stab. If he falls off the island or disappears into a cloud of shadows, he will reappear above you, dropping with his sword straight down. One good sidestep will help avoid this one hitting you. Halfway through the fight, he will raise his fist in the air and start to blink red. This is him using the evil transformation spell. After this, you want to take him out as fast as possible or avoid taking damage at all costs. At this point, he will gain life equal to the amount of damage he deals to you. Melee might just be your best bet, because this boss is pretty easy to read and stays in close. Range, on the other hand, is extremely difficult since the Shadow Knight is right up against you as often as he can and attacking quickly. Range is just too slow. The boomerang might actually be your best bet. Using magic can help a lot during this fight. Fire can cause damage over time, and Frost Nova can leave him open for a lot longer and give you more spaces in between his attacks in the second phase. You'll mostly want to use fast charging spells.
Lastly, we have the Behemoth. This mountain of a boss will be invisible until aggroed. He is very large and takes up a lot of the screen. All you have to remember is that you can only hit his hands and his head. If you take out his hands, his head will slowly drop to you. His only way of inflicting damage is with his hands that have 3 attacks. He can simply punch you or slam his fist down so hard that it causes shockwave. If he lines up his fist on either side of you, he will smash them together. You can jump over this, but be careful because 4 orbs will fly out of his hand. These balls of light will float up and rain down lightning. For melee, you want to dodge, then strike when the hands come down. Let the head sink until you're at his forehead. Then spam attack as fast as you can. Range isn't great if you don't have aiming, since he doesn't line up beside you much. If you can aim, you can forget about his hands and shoot straight for his head, or make diagonal shots for the hands. If you plan on using magic, you'll have to take out the hands, since most target spells won't reach the head. You can freeze the hands to keep them down longer. You can also drop Flame Pillar before the hands come down and then dodge.
This should help you see them coming and take them out.
Looks like we're all ready for the final release content.
Until then, Dungeon Crawlers, thank you for watching.
Shove it up your pee hole.
Look at me. Now these guys...
Shove it the days and do the pudding.
In the pap.
In the pap.
Now these are some big guys to mess with.
And they hit hard too, but don't worry, we can take them out together.
Let's break it down.